Do you know how long students have been requesting a radio station?
Oh, it's been something that I think the student body has wanted to have for ages. I remember as a sophomore, I was talking about it with fraternity brothers and friends, being like, how cool would it be if we could get something going? And
Justin, 10 years ago, they were asking for it, even before then. How did it happen?
Well, the current one started with Dr. Madden, who is the communication chair, and he is an old radio guy from way back and wanted to bring the station onto campus. We just happened to hear about it as students, and both of us were interested in getting a radio station going a while ago and tried to just jump into it right from the start. And we were on the planning committee, and here we are today.
Now, you're the station manager.
Right.
What does the station manager do?
I do the least amount of work of anybody, honestly. Everybody that works under me really does the work. I mean, I organize it, and I delegate everything to everybody and make sure it gets done. But for the most part, these guys do all the hands-on hard work, yeah.
Working it out.
Justin, why internet-based radio, and what does that mean?
Internet-based radio, basically, it's with an FM station, you use a terrestrial tower, basically. And FM stations, as you know, there are many FM stations out there, and they're harder and harder to get one personally for the school. I think currently we have 3 applications in for an FM terrestrial station. We had 4, one of them got shot down, and then we have the other 3 in process. So with the internet base, we were able to go right now, and you're able to get to a broader range of people. So I can have my mother in Virginia listen, as long as you have internet connection. Alumni can listen from wherever they're at if they have the website. So
has your mother been listening?
She has. She's a very big supporter of our radio station, our weekend show. She tunes in every night.
Tell me what's on the radio.
Right now, probably the coolest feature of the radio station is that it's run by students. So the students that are on air pick what they want to put on air. Now we, of course, go through and make sure that what they're putting on is...
Who regulates you? Nobody?
Well, with the internet right now has very little regulation as far as what goes on to the internet. Now, when we become an FM station, then we will be regulated by the FCC. But we're making sure that right now we start using FCC regulations from the beginning. That way, we're used to it by the time we get there at the FM station.
So what are you talking about on there, Justin?
Well, primarily the most talk that we have on the radio right now is to our morning show. So basically in there we've brought up different articles in the Chanticleer, random things going on campus. We talked about Club Recruitment Day, which is coming up today, and just numerous other events. Coastal Productions has a lot. We get emails from, I know Christy Thompson sends us emails about events. And other than that, just different shows people talk about, basically like what's going on in there. It's a way of expressing kind of what you're going on. If I go on my show and I'm by myself, I'll just talk about whatever's on my mind, kind of.
Now, your on-air name is Puma.
It is Puma, yes.
How did you come up with Puma?
Well, oddly enough, it was a story. It came up when I was a freshman. It was so many years ago, so I was at a fraternity mixer with the guys, and they were like, you need it was a jungle theme, actually. So they were like, you need a nickname, a jungle name. So they stuck me with this Patient Puma nickname, and it just kind of got cut to Puma out of nowhere, and the name just stuck like glue. I don't think I can get rid of it if I tried. I introduced myself as Justin, to people, and they're like, oh, you're Puma.
Aaron, what has been some of the greatest challenges of this radio station?
At this point, getting the FM tower has been our greatest challenge. That's probably our biggest goal, is to get on FM band. Now with the applications we put in 4 applications, and one of them has been denied already. On megahertz on the radio, which is the number that you tune your radio into, there's people out there that try and buy up as much of that as they can. So when they see an application go into the FCC, they're watching for it so that they can outbid for it, because they can make money off of that. But we're just trying to get something so that we can get it out there on FM radio for the students.
Justin, what kind of music do you play?
as a whole, it's a very wide variety. We have some hip-hop shows on there. I know Ryan Wilson does a very nice hip-hop show on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Dance Screen Maker does a great Top 20 on Fridays. And then we have a weekend show, which is just your more upbeat, top 50 kind of party tracks that people can listen to for the weekend when they're getting ready to go.
How many songs did you guys have to load before you started the radio stations?
As far as loading songs, I would say there's, you know, probably a good 300 in the library right now that we've just been putting on. But what's interesting about it is we can switch between so many different methods of playing music. So if I wanted to bring my laptop in or my iPod, I can plug into that, play music off that, switch back between the computer or play CDs. There's so many different methods. So it's basically what you bring, you know, what you can bring in that gives you the availability of music.
Now, you guys had sort of a soft launch. Do you plan on having a grand launch somewhere down the road?
We're not 100% sure on the exact date because we're trying to get some bands together and maybe do something big on the Prince lawn, but as you know, that takes time to try and organize something like that.
Yes.
So.
Do both of you have plans for going into the radio business after graduation?
I'm going to be interning this summer with a radio station in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, WJTL Radio, and it's a station that I've worked with before at Creation Fest, which is a concert festival in Pennsylvania, and they have agreed to bring me on this summer. Probably summer 2, I'll do that.
That's great.
I'm excited about that.
How about you, Justin?
I'm trying to, upon graduation, try to get into grad school for TV radio production. So if I can land that, I don't know whether I'll end up in TV movie production or radio production, but somewhere in the entertainment field with production is my goal.
Great.
So.
And now, how do we get on the internet radio?
If you can go on the internet, it's WCCURadio.com. And you go on there, that's our homepage, and there's a Listen Live button on the right. Just click that and connect to QuickTime, and you're good to go.
And don't miss Puma's morning show.
Exactly. Seymour in the Morning with Seymour Lewis and myself. So.
Thank you guys both. I wish you the best of luck getting that FM station.
Thank you very much.